Hey, good morning, Ninad. I like hearing Ninad's voice. Nice and innocent.
I don't know. It comes from it's blessing from my mother and father. I'm innocent. I know. I'm very straightforward.
Oh, nice, nice. Okay, we got CPI today.
Java kiya?
Yes, one goat.
Okay.
One goat.
One goat.
UJ looks like it's gonna play around at the support. At the support where it's critting at 105, 100. This is a crucial support. Oh, time to mute everybody. I forgot about this. In GJ buys 921, you have GJ buys. Perfect. Good luck. GJ is ranging. I don't like GJ because GJ is ranging. So GJ is a pair that will have a no trade today. So when you come to your charts, you have to identify a pair that is ranging. You draw a support, and then you draw a resistance right over here, and then you tell yourself, okay, well, I need to trade maybe this one right here. One sec. You say, okay, I need to trade this. I don't need to trade this area here. So GJ is making this area, so this area is not a trade. So either we trade GJ going down or we trade GJ going up. So GJ is a no trade. GJ is a no trade today. Understand that. Time frame. I don't know, man. Time frame says right here, right here. This is the time frame. God damn it. First thing in the morning. Come on, man. Time frame. EJ. Ooh, EJ stopped up my runner here last night. Analysis was correct. Gold is not a sell. Gold is a straight buy.
What relaxing music you have, okay?
Yeah.
I don't even know where gold is heading up to.
For that, we need to pull up the monthly. Gold is heading off to 1560. You know what's funny, man? I thought gold's gonna go to, like, as it was heading up, I thought, okay, it's gonna head to like 1409 and that'll be it. And then started moving up more. We're like, okay, let's look left. We're like, okay, maybe 1495, 92 is gonna be the perfect area. But nope, gold's made up higher. Now we're looking higher. We're like, okay, well, maybe 1550, and if it,
Do you remember we said 1560?
yeah,
Alex?
I know. If it moves up higher, we're like, okay, well, maybe here, 1600. Why not 1600? But damn, gold got no chill. So you know, if you look left on the weekly, see this? Look at this. Look at this. Right? This is the weekly candle heading up. You look left. You look left, and what do you see? Clean traffic. Clean traffic here, which means there's nothing to stop gold. So gold's gonna head into, like, you know, 1550, that area right there. So we're gonna create some analysis here. Hey, good morning. Yeah, you know, so there's clean traffic for gold. Look at these higher lows gold's making. So this is what we do, right? EJ, we look at EJ. EJ has some volatility in it. Okay, EJ has some volatility in it, so EJ might be a trade. That's what I'm looking at. What's this? Oh wow, look at this. I have 3.5 million. I think only YouTube can see this. All I have to do is send yes and claim my 3.5 million. Beautiful. Amazing. YouTube. What's this? GU sells. Closing back indicating a bearish fake out. And provided move to the next zone. I don't know. It's at a resistance. It's at a resistance. We'll go through that. So EJ has some sort of volatility, but there's this resistance here, right? Now, if this, what I'm looking at is this 1 hour candle close, you know? If this 1 hour candle closes somewhere in a range, like above 118 or whatever, then this move down would have been a fake out. It's gonna head up. So that's, I'm kind of waiting for EJ to create something, you know, that kind of like, UJ is gonna have some volatility because there's CPI at 8:30. Someone don't know what CPI is, or someone doesn't know how to check the news. Let me help you out here. Raja, there's a trend line on EJ. Yes, I don't look at trend line, so I don't know what that trend line is. Yeah, look, see CPI, so we wait for CPI. And then we got GP-CAD. GP-CAD I was looking at this morning, and what I was thinking was on GP-CAD, so because there's this resistance at 1.6600, let's draw this resistance here. You know, so these lines are just visual aids, you know. So if this forms support here, right, in this area, if it tries to form some support, I'm going to take a buy on GP-CAD. Continue up. Vlad Stefan, yes, I agree with that. I agree. So if it's heading up, I think it's heading up until 1.60400. So I'm waiting for like a confirmation so I can buy. Basically, I'm waiting for another bullish candle to close on GP-CAD on the 30-minute chart, so that I know I can have a stop loss underneath it, and then we can continue up. So I guess I'm waiting for candle to close above all this area here to the left. Waiting. Gold is the only trade on gold you should take is a buy. I think everyone should know this by now. The only trade on gold should be a buy right now. GJ is just ranging. So if someone only trades GJ, go to your washroom, look in the mirror and say, hey, it's an off day today. You don't have to trade today because GJ is ranging. That's what you need to tell yourself. That I should take a day off because GJ is ranging. There's no trade on GJ. So if GJ starts to move up and you take a buy, price is gonna head down, and then you're probably gonna get stopped out. If price moves down, you take a sell, you're gonna get stopped out because you'll think that GJ is breaking out, but it's not. It's just ranging. So yeah, we're just waiting. Just kind of waiting. 4 hour has support. I was actually thinking was that maybe this move down on EJ, it would be a fake out, and if it closes back up in this range, then there's a 70% chance that price is going to continue out of the other range because it couldn't maintain its move bearish, so it's got to maintain its move somewhere, right? If it's going to trend, so then it's going to maintain its move upwards. So basically, I'm just waiting for EJ to maybe close on the 1 hour or the 30 minute, or even most importantly on the 4 hour, and to see where it closes. So that close, because candle closes matter, man. Trust me. People don't wait for candles to close and they get fucked. How about we form a Telegram group and share ideas? I know. What do you think I am, a social worker? This is the only social work I'm gonna do.
Bro, you kill me, man.
Oh no, I'm serious. I'm not a social worker. Yeah, just waiting.
Good morning, Mr. Russian.
Hey, good morning, Captain.
Good morning.
How's the ship moving this morning?
I don't think we should be allowed to trade gold anymore. I really don't think we're allowed to trade gold anymore. I think they should take that off of all of Forex. God, I woke up at 3:30 to trade gold through the London session.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah, I did. Because remember last week when we kept missing those big moves?
Yeah.
And I was like, screw this. I'm waking up again. So I woke up and I was checking everything and I was like, all right, I'm going to just turn around and trade gold.
Oh, 3:30 was so clean too.
Yeah.
Pulled back.
Yep. And then rocket. Oh. Yeah, I just got stopped out over here where it hit that end of support. Yeah.
Gold's heading to 1560. I've seen the weekly and the monthly.
Like a million. There's going to be no currency left. It's just going to be gold.
Yeah, I honestly thought the wars are going to stop, but I guess not. Look at the monthly, just clean move, nothing to stop it.
Yep. I'm sort of upset that I got stopped out, but whatever. I just can't believe how bad it is.
Man, the amount of people trying to sell gold right now and hold gold right now, like regular people too. Just resistance, sell, hold. God damn.
Yeah, people who sold gold, I feel sorry for them.
Yeah, we were going over pairs, and GJ is just ranging. GJ is a ranging pair today.
Yeah, GJ is ranging right now, last couple of days. But I mean, I'd err on the side of selling it, but I think you still needed to break the previous support from yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's what I told
exactly
everybody.
where you have it, yeah. Because it's just gonna get stuck in there on the 4 hour. There's no point.
Yeah, it's kind of like GJ is not a trade so far today.
My theory is Donald Trump is forcing the trade war so Fed's big back quantitative easing. I just think Trump is just being stupid. Like I mean, he knows that the Chinese will have to eventually crumble. They'll have to give in because they own too much of the U.S.'s debt. So I'm pretty sure that's sort of the bottom line.
Is your processor out yet, Ted?
The Visa's working. The new processors, I think it's going live today. So we're just waiting on that. But the third-party processor we're using has a big issue with MasterCard for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
And some visas are being rejected due to fraud investigations.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so if you're doing Visa debit or Visa credit card into the brokerage, make sure you have the plus sign with your country code. And then it should work because we have about an 80% success rate right now with the payment processor. But this new processor that'll go up today, I think that'll cover the overflow because they basically will take everything. They're high risk processors.
Yeah, I tried my Visa already.
Yeah. A lot of people, so we get like about 100 emails a day saying, I tried it, I did this, and it's sort of like, well, I mean, if you tried it and you did everything right, it's tough to go through. And some banks don't allow it to go through, even though they say they will, but they don't. Other banks do, so it's just, I apologize. I'm trying my best to get a processor up.
No problem.
People send nasty emails to, no, I'm not using your brokerage. I'm like, sorry. Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, I got people yelling at me because they can't deposit money. Like, what a problem to have. It's like your business is running so well, people are angry they can't use it. It's like, fine, I'm shutting the whole thing down. MasterCard might be good after today. I'm hoping, I just got to talk. I have conference calls probably in the next hour and a half to discuss everything with the head of that payment processor and sort of see what's up with him, and hopefully he can give me some answers. That's what I'm banking on.
Hopefully.
Yeah, but that's the biggest thing. Like a lot of people don't realize is that it's very. It's such a different world when you're looking at like all these processors and you have to deal with people. Like people just think that you just plug it in like it's like like one of those Shopify accounts, or like it's not. Like there's so many things that go through. I mean, all the checks you have to do with the clearance for processing. I basically have to give my third child and my left eye to get a processor. And then all the paperwork you have to do, and then they have to test it, and it never tests properly, and it's just a real pain at the end of the day. But I appreciate everybody's patience. I mean, it's taken us like 8 months to get one processor going, and now it's somewhat running properly. But we'll see this new one that goes up today how it does. BTC deposits and withdrawals, yes, we do. We do take BTC. My liquidity providers, the banks that I deal with out in Europe, they actually deposit BTC into their banks, so I'm able to exchange it right away for you, and so I take away the risk. Because that was my biggest issue with taking BTC deposits, was I never wanted to hold that cryptocurrency risk, so I don't. So like everything that goes into crypto goes right into liquidity, so we send it right to the liquidity provider right away, and then what we'll do is when you request a withdrawal, it'll come back out and it'll exchange into BTC and it'll go right to you. So most of the time it's automated, unless you screw up, and people have done that before. They screw up the payment process, or they screw up their wallet, or they put their hash wallet instead of the actual wallet, so it'll get rejected. Then that usually takes 24 hours, and they'll send a note back to you, or it'll get deposited back into your account. But the crypto's the fastest way and the cheapest. So we've had good success with that. I'm going to put what I learned so far for these past days from Uncle Ted and Raja to test today. Okay. That's good. Yeah, crypto for me was never an investment to hold. It was more of a means to move money. I've just used it as a transportation system. Just seems very, very good to do transport with.
I think that's all what crypto was made for too.
Yeah, if you use it the right way, it's perfect that way.
Yeah, like the gains are just like it comes with it. But
Yeah.
like it's just a very easy way to just move funds around.
Yeah, that's why I tell everyone all the time, use crypto just for as a way of moving money. Don't hold it. I mean, if you have unlimited amount of money, then yeah, you could probably hold some and see if it'll go up to the moon. But I mean, most people are just gonna end up losing their shirts anyways if they hold those crypto things. Which e-wallet do you recommend for BTC? I use blockchain. I want to like the stream, but if I do the 13th, which is bad luck. Okay. That's, all right. Well, I guess I'm gonna leave now too then. That's awesome.
It's bad luck. Come on. Selling gold is bad luck. That's even worse luck than Friday 13th.
Oh, I feel so sorry for people that have sold gold at like 1,500 and stuff. Holy cow.
Oh, I think GPCat is going to leave it without me. Dang.
Oh, it worked. Perfect.
Oh.
Oh.
That's weird.
EJ breakout and waiting for retest. Yeah, EJ, I was looking at the same breakout too, but for a breakout, the candles have to move your way first. You want candles to go bearish, but they're not bearish, they're bullish. So there's no selling on EJ. I'm just mad that I missed the entry on GPCAD, but I think if it comes down, that'll be a good entry because this will be my stop loss right over here. This is my stop loss. It's resistance. It's breaking out, you know, and the bias is bullish because the CAD is weak. So I think if the CAD is weak enough, I mean, we should easily head off to 1.60400. It's my idea on GPCAD. Look on 30-minute too. Move up. There's no traffic to the left. Clean move. Stop is going to be, how big is it going to be? 15 pips. This GPCAD, you can expect a 15 to 20 pip stop. But your reward is around 20 pips.
Can you explain why the arrow says very dirty price action? Because that range is consolidating. You can see the wicks moving up and down. There aren't actually any clean candles.
Yeah.
So that's what you're looking at, is when you look at stuff like that, is you want clean moves.
Like it's so dirty. Look at this. What's up, down, candles just weird, and like the candles that seem confused. For you, because your stop loss will be too high. No, even on the 1 hour it will make sense, right? On the 1 hour, the stop loss is going to be below the 1 hour candle right here. You know, but then you have your reward up over here. So I guess I'd want to enter if price comes down to like maybe 60135, because if I enter there, let's say at 60130, my stop is going to be what, 12 pips, right? So I'll be entering at a better price, like a much better price, rather than entering right now. What's this? Retest for a move down. Yeah, I think the only problem you have now, this is, what chart is this? 1 hour chart. This support right here. This is your issue right here. So it needs to break below the support to go to your take profit. So your take profit is below a support. It doesn't kind of make sense because it should be within this range. So it's not going to go down until it doesn't break the support. But the idea is correct. You're getting rejections, so it makes sense. If gold respects this level, it's going to continue moving up. There's CPI. This should be the target. So that's the target on GPCAD if it starts moving up. I'm waiting for an entry at like 60130. Alright, let's take an entry here. There you go. Perfect. Perfect. 10 pips. Its stop loss is in the range. So the stop is in the range below these candles. So essentially now price should not come down to this level if it has to go up. That's the condition on this trade. So we're going to go off of that. Dun, 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 dun. You took the entry now. Yes. Yes. So basically I'm expecting a candle to move something like this. You know, maybe next one goes up like this. But if that doesn't happen, what can also happen is that the candles can go like this. That's why you have stop loss. You know, that's why you have a risk. So make sure that if the candle comes down like this, you know exactly how much you're going to lose. That's very important. If you don't know how much you're losing, or if you're going to cry after, you know, price hits your stop loss at whatever trade you take, I'm sorry for you. You know, that means you're not risking what you can afford to lose. And that's not good. Are you trading CPI? I'm not sure. I'll see. I shall see what happens. Well, looks like it's kind of moving. 5 minutes is moving up. 15 minutes is moving. I think basically just gotta wait for the 30 minutes to close. Essentially. So when I'm in a trade, I rarely look at the trade. The only time I'm gonna look at this trade is if I see the price up here go down to 100. Like around here, 100. Then I'm going to look at the trade. I'm going to see, okay, what's happening on the 15 minute. If the 15 minute is creating bearish candles and it's at this 100 area, then I'm going to get out of the trade because I want the candles to go bullish my way so that we can go to the highway. If it doesn't go my way, then there's no highway. If you're trying to buy gold, just wait for a candle to turn and you can buy gold. GP cat is moving and grooving. Like GP cat is giving some motion in the ocean today. Is that a sell on gold? No. What? No. Hilarious. So funny. Are you trying to be funny? Oh, someone's got 5 pips on GP cat. Nice. Don't forget to send me Uber Eats if it hits TP. Bit of a weird question, but you know how you physically change currencies when you go on holiday? How are we actually exchanging currencies when we trade? I have no idea and I don't care. Trust me. That's just my very honest answer. I don't care. All I care about is that this candle keeps going up, so I keep making some money and then I can call it a day. That's all I care about. All these things about, like the brokers can see your stops and like, the currencies are being manipulated. All this is garbage. Trust me, it's just rubbish. Like your job is come into charts and see what the candles are doing and then anticipate a candle. If it happens, you win. If it doesn't happen, you lose, right? But the idea is that you always control the amount you're losing. If you can control the amount you're losing, you're going to have a positive outcome at the end of the day. Looks like it's kind of got a long way to go. We're probably going to be in it for a while. There's this clean traffic here to the left. That's why I have a TP at like 400. But at the same time, I think once price comes to 60350 or 60300ish, I'm going to put stops at break even. So that if it does come down, then we don't lose. Oh, no, I don't lose. That's the whole idea. Yeah, that's true. Like your issues in trading have nothing to do with the broker. Yeah, seriously, I mean, I have a stop loss here. This YouTube can see my stop loss, so the market maker can also obviously now see my stop loss because hey, Raja Banks, he always takes trades and he posts them on Instagram, so we can see a stop. Let's go hunt a stop. Ha ha ha. But no, it's not gonna happen. Well, it can happen, but that's not reality. Like it's not gonna be like, oh yeah, look, let's take a stop out. No one cares about my $1,000 or $10,000 or whatever. Why is MT4 candles different than my trading view candles? Because you're looking at two different things. If you focus on one thing, you're going to start to see good things in that. That's like comparing. Yeah, exactly. Your broker might be at a different time. Also, because if you're looking at the higher time frames, like the 4 hour or the daily, that may be a little different because different brokers have different daily candle opens. Dun, 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 dun. CPI around the corner. What's their outlook for CPI anyway? Oh, they're expecting good numbers. Interesting. Interesting. If they're expecting good numbers, maybe someone's out there holding sells hoping, oh, big short is coming.
The market maker will take you out right now.
Right now. Yeah, that's what I told everyone. They can see my stop now.
That's awesome. The market maker's coming for us. This is stupid people.
Oh, sell gold, 1528. Stop loss 1534.
Yeah.
TP 1515. Yeah, well, I think you can hit 1515 if the CPI is really good. Gold's just going to spike down one time. That won't
I believe that can happen. Gold will have to exhaust a bit anyways. So I wouldn't be surprised if it does drop a bit. But once again, an exhaustion doesn't mean that we're moving down to Zippy the Squirrel. It's just what you have to understand is with institutions, every institution is trying to battle to get the best price. So these pullbacks are just larger institutions catching on to the fact that the trend or what's happening in the world is just getting worse. So if you think about it logically, we could have a pullback to say on gold. You could have a pullback to where? Let me open my chart here. You can have a pullback all the way to like 1520 if you wanted to, right? Or you can have a pullback all the way to like 1515. It's not a big deal for it to pull back there, because what's happening is the second wave of institutions or the second wave of smart money is entering the market at that price, right? No smart money wants to enter in at 1532 at the top of this range, right? So if you think logically, there's a good chance that there's going to be a pullback, and that is something that the institutions just want to then drive back up. What's the word? I'm sorry, it's early in the morning for me. The challenge or the issue that retail traders have is they look at those pullbacks as change in direction, right? So you're going to look at, we dropped from 1532 to 1526, and you're going to be like, oh, it's a sell now, right? Because we dropped like $6 or whatever it is, right? And you're like, oh, look, it's rejecting, blah, blah, blah. And you can play that two ways. You can say, yes, it's rejecting, but you have to keep in the back of your mind that there's nothing fundamentally that has changed with the US economy to support this pullback. So this pullback is just a breather. And then, at one point it's just going to shoot right back up again. So you have to have your stops pretty tight. Or what you can do is you can wait for this pullback to then show bullish confirmation. So this candle here, say for example, would look something like this or look like this, where now we've created somewhat of a support here, and now we're going back up and your target is over here. So you could start buying like right in this area over here and then ride it back to this target here. That would probably be a safer approach, because as you come to this target up here and it starts to shoot even higher, you can be like, oh, now I can place my stop over here and I can keep riding gold all the way back up because I'm riding the trend. Similar to what happened in this instance here, right? Let me clear that. In this instance right here, everyone's like, oh, now it's rejecting gold's going down. And you're like, no, that's not happening at all. That's just absolutely ludicrous. That is a perfect opportunity for you to watch support being formed. And then as soon as support's formed, you ride it all the way up. Support's formed again, ride it all the way up. And suddenly now your target's achieved, right? And there was really no risk because you said, okay, I'm just going to wait for support to be formed and get a confirmation. I could even turn around and do something of this nature. I could say my target is the top of this wick, right? Because we have momentum. This is 30 minutes, so overall momentum is up. So this can apply to any type of currency pair, any time frame. The higher the time frame, the longer this takes. What you do is you turn around and you box this. You do your box indicator, right? You say, okay, my box indicator is this. I don't know 100% because a lot of times Ted talks shit and he doesn't know what he's talking about. So I don't know 100% we're going back up to there. But if we do break out of this box, I'm either going back down or I'm going back up, right? So based on that, I can then turn around and say, okay, I'll wait for us to leave that box area and then take my trade. And then more than likely, if you did that when you took your trade, you'd find that, you know, you ended up getting up to the top. And then you would say to yourself, okay, well, I missed that one. Let me see this box, right? I missed that one. Let me see this box. So you can start to see where all that's happening is we're sort of taking a breather, pushing up, taking a breather, pushing up, and taking a breather, pushing up. And now, once again, what's happening over here? Surprise, surprise, we're taking a breather, right? So then ideally, what are you doing? You're probably going to put buys over here somewhere. And where's your target going to be? Probably right over here, right? But if not, then you know that we can go back down. But look at the traffic you have to go through at each of those levels to say that, hey, we have to go back down to 1500 or whatever the number is, right? So that is basically, you know, when you look at trading, you can use this on any pair. You can use this at any time frame. The higher the time frame, the longer this will take. The smaller the time frame, the more violent it will be. Okay, so you have to remember that. But the idea is you have to understand where your momentum is. Your momentum right now with gold is bullish. If you look at your daily, if you look at your weekly, if you look at your 4-hour time frames, for the most part, gold has been going up. So that means when you turn around and look at your smaller time frames, these things over here, you're basing that information of this move on your higher time frame. So you're executing on smaller time frames based on higher time frame projections. Hopefully that gives you some insight.
How
Yes.
do we know? How do we know when a currency starts to get, you know, in the sideways, going sideways? How do we know when it's getting on the H4 or on a daily? What we should look at when it's
Well,
like right now?
so how do we know? So Whitney Houston tells me all the time, how do we know? She says market, the time of the markets. So how do we know? Most times consolidation happens just before volume gets pushed into the market, right? So if you look at all those instances where we had pushes, there are probably instances where volume came into the market for a reason. So when you turn around and you backtest and you look, you probably say we're consolidating right now because 8 a.m. is coming and that is going to be the New York Open. Or we're consolidating now because CPI news is coming at 8:30, so there's not going to be a move till then. So that's how do we know? And that's what Whitney Houston told me. I like that song. How do I know? How do I know if it's real consolidation? How do I know? I see it every day. There you go. That's how do you know. And if you want to listen to that song, that is Whitney Houston. We can't play it on YouTube because Keel will get in trouble.
Yes.
Whitney Houston. How will I know? That's the name of the song. So if you need to listen to it, you can play this song on your YouTube channels or in the background, and then you can say, how do I know where consolidation is?
S&P and Nasdaq, man, they're very volatile. It's really hard to trade.
The FBI told me the secret to be profitable at TED is using what you use in the box indicator. Yes. The box indicator rules all. And the thing is, when you look at those simplistic things and you're like, well, that's very easy, Ted. You're not teaching us anything. I always look at that and be like, well, I mean, if you have the fastest car on the street, why are you going to turn around and fix the engine? Like, you have the fastest car. The only way you need to make the car any faster if another car comes beside you and beats you off the line. Like, that would be the only way that I would go and fix my car. Like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Like, that's what a lot of people do when they're trading. The biggest thing that I hear people is they'll sit around and say, well, you know, I made profit today, but I didn't make enough. And it's like, well, you profited. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, the idea now is just to continue on your way and do your thing, right? And do that over and over again. So, who is Raja here? Raja does not exist right now. Wicks don't lie exists. Raja's on vacation.
Who is Raja?
Who is Raja? Whoever, you have a good voice, bro. Can you show the box thing again? No, you can do the box thing on your own just by looking at where there's points of consolidation and doing that. Box over there. Like, any point where you see candles, all you have to do is, if you want to build your box indicator, you look for candles that are like this, that are like, you know, all in this little grouping, something like this, and the direction of the candles are sideways, right? So you have, as an example, you have consolidation, right? Candles are moving sideways, and then you have breakout. Candle moves up above those. So that's what you look for in your charts. Ted put on some trades. Ted took trades already during the London session.
Yeah, come on, Ted. Put some trades on.
Put some trades on.
It's like you're going to change your shirt. Yo, you go change your shirt.
Put some trades on, Ted. I already explained where there would be trades. And right now, it is not in the process of taking those trades. We already talked about gold, and we said where trades would be. How do you know when the consolidation will break support or resistance? You look at your higher time frames, and then you determine where we're going. And if you don't like gold right now because it's very hard to determine the next higher high, then you don't trade gold. But if you do like trading gold, then you set yourself up accordingly with a proper stop loss and a target. So if I was going to trade gold, I'd wait for it to break up into like 1528 and take a buy from 1528 to 1532. But I would wait to see how these candles close on the smaller time frames, and then you will see where if there's a support being built. Ted, when you exchange currencies, how is it actually done online, since we're not actually exchanging physically? Well, banks, what they do is banks have what they call like balance sheets, and what they do is they then match up with other banks. So say, for example, you go to your bank, say Bank of America, and you take out $100, and you don't bank with Bank of America, you bank with, say, like Chase Bank or Citibank. You've taken $100 out of that bank, so that bank then sends a note over to, like, what bank were you banking at? Bank of America. It would send a note over to Bank of America from Chase saying that Bank of America owes us $100. But if Bank of America had a bunch of withdrawals from Chase Bank, they would say, hey, don't worry about it. We had like $100 taken out of us from you guys, so it balances out. So that's what they do. They put everything out on paper, and it's called like swaps. Because what they're doing is they're saying, hey, you owe us money or we owe you money, right? And then when there's an imbalance, they go to balance it out. That's how currency is exchanged, because it's all done electronically and everything has to balance out. So hopefully that helps you. I mean, and then we can go into fractional banking where there's probably actually really no money behind anything, and they're just hoping that nobody does full withdrawals. But that's beside the point.
Oh, we got 600 people watching today.
Must have been all the memes yesterday. This is a meme class? Can we do memes? Raj and Ted just put memes all day.
$30-minute can. If this closes bearish around even close to 1.60120, I'm gonna exit this position because it's gonna close bearish, which does not fulfill my plan to stay in the trade. So it will be better to close at a very minor loss than to anticipate a move up. GJ dropping. No, I don't think so. GJ is ranging. GJ is in a range. See, in the 4 hour, it's moving sideways. This is a perfect example of a range. So, you know, like it broke this area over here. And then when we go to the monthly here, let's go to the monthly because, you know, we can't see shit to the left. So we're going to do like this. A little bit for range. We're going to go to the weekly. Let's go to the weekly, look left. Oh yeah, GJ is actually in this liquidity area here. Now we go to the 4 hour, and this is what we have. See, now we have this range, and then, you know, we draw the box. Our box is going to say, look, this is what you should trade, this area right here, right? Clean move down. Now it's moving sideways, so now either you're gonna trade a move up or you're gonna trade a move down. Simple. And how do you do that? You wait for price to show you signs that it's, you know, maybe closing below, what's this, 126,800, or maybe if it's closing above 127,340, then you can say, okay, you know what, higher time frames are breaking out, we're gonna continue moving out. So once, let's say on the higher time frame it starts breaking out, you start looking for, now let's say if price starts to break out on the 4 hour out over here, right? Starts to break up here. What you look for is, you look for supports being formed on the 1 hour or the 30-minute, which you can say, okay, you know what, we're forming support, now we should continue moving up. Or we're forming resistance because the 4 hour breakout, resistance is being formed on the 30-minute or the 1 hour. Oh, this looks like a nipple over here. And we're moving down. So yes, you're right. GJ is consolidating for the next move. So all you gotta do if you only trade GJ is to just wait. W-A-I-T, wait. You just got CPI soon. So CPI is really gonna rattle UJ and gold. So you just gotta wait for that too. You know, because it seems like gold's gonna retest this area to go up, but there's CPI. CPI can really turn the tides of the price. EJ is also doing, actually, you know what EJ is trying to do, let me get like a blue color here because Ted uses yellow. Yeah, so this is some sort of like a retest area on EJ, right? This is very important. I'm looking at this. I mean, now basically you're waiting for the 1 hour candle, right? Because I mean, on the 30-minute, it hasn't really gone down. You know, like it really has to come and close in like this area for you to say, okay, we're going to move down to this area here, right? So just waiting for the 1 hour candle to close here, because I'm thinking if it keeps going up, because like, you know, you had this move up, if it starts to go up, what's going to happen is it might close up in this range, and all this move down here would be a fake out. You know, it'd be like, okay, like, you know, we just grabbed liquidity to move up. Just waiting. 30-minute candle has closed on GPCAD, closed a doji. That means nothing actually. 15-minute is still kind of like, you know, it's respecting this support here. So might want to tighten up my stop here, like around 0.6095, right? Because you're looking at the candle closes, right? Let's zoom in and look at the candle close. So when you're looking at the candle close, basically you have this candle closing bullish, you had this candle closing bearish, but look at the close, it closed here, right? So in a way, it's still respecting this support area right over here. So now, in essence, it needs to keep respecting this support area, this one, for it to continue moving bullish. You know, if it goes below and closes below that low, this area, then it's no longer buy in my eyes. Then I'm gonna, you know, look to exit from positions. That's why you gotta be really fluid. You gotta understand how the candles are moving, what they're saying. Because if you can read candles, man, there's no way you can't profit. It's just very simple.
Does anybody have a signal group that they want to promote in the chat room? This Pierre person is looking. So if you guys have a signal group on Telegram or WhatsApp, he's looking for trading signals.
Oh, really?
So, yeah. So if anyone's doing monthly trading signals, maybe $1,000 a month or $10,000 a month, talk to Pierre. Pierre is looking for signals.
Oh my.
That's what I'd be charging. If I was doing signals, I'd be charging like $10,000 a month. There you go. Owen has a premium group, €100 a week. There you go.
Oh, there you go.
Well, free Telegram.
If anyone's a chairman 1,000, maybe they can help out too.
if they let you in the master.
Yeah.
Let you in the master.
Oh, you have a good time. Everyone just laugh, have a good time. Why we shouldn't take signals if they are good? Because would you go to the gym and have someone else lift the weights for you? And then
Exactly, just like that.
that's sort of how I look at, you know, signals. You know, yeah, they can help you identify structure and teach you some things, but at the end of the day, you want to be able to fish for yourself. You want to be able to put yourself in the best position to win. Okay, so Pierre, you work on e-commerce. You are probably good at e-commerce. Why would you want to do Forex? Like, that's silly. Like, don't talk about the 7 streams of incomes or the, you know, I need all this. What you need to do is you need to focus on what you're good at and make that very good, and then worry about everything else. So
Yeah.
like I think if you have a very good e-commerce business, you should be focused on that. And I wouldn't even be up right now working on this. I'd be making sure my e-commerce business was very good. That's all. I mean, that's sort of my opinion on things. What do I know? Ted, buy gold on 5-minute support? I don't know. Is gold a buy?
Oh.
Looks like we're holding support, so there's a possibility it could go up. Now, what's your risk versus your reward? Right? So when you turn around and you look at this trade, remember what we talked about? is we talked about the fact that this is your support area, and if this doesn't break, where's your target? Over here. So now what is your risk? So you have to figure out if this is going to be my upside, what is going to be my downside over here? Where is my stop loss going to be? So if you are going to be trading, you may want to put your stop loss above here and your take profit point right in here somewhere. Now, the thing that I caution everybody with, and Rakil's talked about this, is there's CPI coming out right now that may influence what gold does. So maybe just because we see this move going up, it may be a valid move, and you may want to take the opportunity to make that trade because of the way that the market's setting up on the 5-minute. But if we know CPI is coming up, maybe this move doesn't complete and then it goes back down further. So we don't know that yet, but that would be how you would look at the trade. So when you turn around and say to me, hey, Ted, 5-minute support is being created, that's great. What is your risk to reward? Now this is all up to you. This is on you, on like, how do I want to trade this? If I think that this is going up, is this enough confirmation for me to determine that the trend is now going to continue bullish? Right? So just something to keep in mind. You can definitely take the trade if it's according to your plan, and if it does make sense, then you execute. If it doesn't make sense, then you don't execute. The only reason why I'm not execute, well, there's two reasons. One is there's news coming at 8:30, so I don't like the fact that there's something happening. And then two, I already did a massive move with gold earlier this morning, so I'm looking for the most optimal opportunity. If there was no news today, I would look at that as an opportunity for me to take a position. But because there's news today, I rather wait to see how that news affects and then make a determination after that. Because think about it this way, you can catch that small move right now, but if CPI blows gold all the way down to like say 1524 or like over here somewhere, when you get that wick that looks like that, you can catch that spike and then it'll go even further. So you might even get a better move an hour from now. Right? So you can take maybe this small move if you think that it's going to go up and you can be like, I made a good trade. Or you can wait for the news to come, CPI have it drop down, if we believe CPI is going to make it rocket down, and then, hey, you're on your way. Or if CPI rockets it up, you're already in the trade here, and we've all missed the opportunity because you got in over here somewhere, and it spiked up to like 1540 or something like that. Or I don't know where it'll go. Market maker method, is it something worth learning about? So that's like walking into a Honda dealership asking about a Toyota. You're here in a learning environment. We shouldn't be worried about everybody else. We should be worried about asking questions to relating what's going on over here. Like, I wouldn't go into a restaurant and be like, so how's the pizza across the street? Like, doesn't really make any sense in my mind. I'm here at this restaurant, I'm eating the food over here. Hey Ted, can it be a pre-New York push like gold yesterday? Yes, and I just explained, but there is news coming at 8:30, so you might not get the same push. So this is a variable that was not here yesterday. So this is part of your back testing assignments. When you look at the different information and you say, well, why is gold not moving like it moved yesterday? Two things. We already had a big move for the last day, so this might be a bit of an exhaustion. You might also find that they're not going to have a move until the news is released. So these are things, the variables change and you have to adapt to that. So that's what Rakil talks about, being fluid in the market and realizing that, hey, we might not get the same move today, even though the setup or the chart cosmetics look the same. There are variables behind the charts that are not allowing us to have the same opportunity. That's why we're all sitting waiting on our hands, because there's a news event coming up at 8:30 which will impact these charts and impact gold specifically. So that's something you have to write down in your notes. Why is gold not doing what it did yesterday? Right? So there's how you turn around and you back test. Well, gold did this yesterday, but today it's not doing it. And then you look and you say, what are the variables that are different compared to yesterday than today? Ted, is the long-term gold go lower to 1508? I don't know. Maybe it goes to 1200 again. Who knows? I don't know those answers. If I knew those answers, I would be just telling people in the next 5 minutes, buy gold and hold it for the next 3 days, or sell gold and hold it for the next 4 days. We wouldn't be talking about analysis. You would be showing up at 7:40, and at 7:45, I would give you the play for the next week, right? If we knew the answers to those questions.
That's so kind.
Yeah. So when I learn how to tell the future, I will turn around and I will say, everyone show up at 7:45. I will give you the trade for the next week.
Yeah, you say crystal ball.
Yeah. So when that happens, guys, I will give everyone 2 weeks heads up notice, and I will tell you to take a loan out of the bank as much as you can and bet it all on a single currency pair, and we will all make billions of dollars.
Billions.
Billions.
Gazillions. Elevator music. Yeah, I know. Yo, Bernard, you riding horses? I'm falling asleep too, bro. Like the fucking music. Oh, get on the horse, man. Get on the track. Bet on the horses. Oh, you by the stadium by Hialeah? By Hallandale? Oh, the track in Hallandale? I've never bet on horses before. They up at this time? Though Dorado doesn't have a track. While they're training the horses, like they're fixing up the tracks and shit. Have you ever bet on horses or not? Horsey. That's what you bet on.
once I had saw in your IG status, you wrote the most simplistic way to trade every time frames are moving in the same direction. Can you explain that a little bit about that? Yeah. So if every single time frame in your charts is moving in the same direction, either up or down, it's probably easier to trade up or down. That's really, at the end of the day, what I meant. I'll be doing some very interesting crypto stuff when you're done here for the day. Oh, very good. Ted, what time is the news? Interesting that you need to understand that you should be having that website in front of you first. So you should have Forex Factory up.
Oh.
That ain't pretty.
GP CAD is running nice.
Ooh. Rikila is getting another good trade. That is good.
Alright, I'm up. 10 pips here. I'm secure. There we go. Secured 11 pips on GP CAD. Letting it run. Perfect. Perfecto. GJ is still ranging, yes. GJ is ranging. I mean, we talked about this. It's ranging. The only reason GP CAD is moving is because of the weakness in the CAD. You know, if you guys come here every day, you'll start to learn these things over time. Because I had no idea that, you know, weakness in CAD can move GP CAD this much. And GJ could range. I had no idea. But like for the last year, I've understood that.
Right, and we understand why GCAD is moving and GJ is not moving, right? Because both, when you do a comparison to the yen and the pound, there is not an imbalance. When you do an imbalance, when you look at the pound versus the CAD dollar, there is an imbalance. So that is why you see one pair moving and one pair not moving. So Raja has unlocked the secret. Good on Raja.
Yes. We're doing good.
What do you think of GN? My opinion is resistance is around 1.873, and if price breaks beyond that level, we can expect some upside movement. So I don't trade that pair, so I'm not going to be able to give you my best answer. But I would believe that you would need to understand first that we're closing off the London session, so it might make more sense to trade that pair earlier in the last few hours instead of right now, because we're coming towards the end of the day in London. We're midday in London right now, or well, not midday, but we're there, coming close. So in the next few hours, the London exchange will be closing. Second of all, if that is correct, what you'll need to do is you'll need to map out your next target to where the upside movement is and where your risk to reward will match up accordingly for that upside target. Need some advice on USD CAD. Went with a sell from 1.3 to 500. Well, if I guess you were following people's advice when it came to selling off USD CAD, you should have already put a stop loss in place before you entered the trade. Now that you don't have a stop loss, you are stuck, and you now have to probably close that trade and reevaluate why you did not plan it out more effectively.
Now you're at the mercy of CPI soon.
Correct. What do you mean by imbalance? What I mean by imbalance, it means that you have one currency or one country which is stronger than the other country. When both countries are weak, there's not an imbalance. When one country is stronger than the other country, there is an imbalance. And that's what you're always looking for with regards to currency pairs. That gives you trending markets versus ranging markets. Ranging markets come when both currencies are either super strong or super weak. So keep that in mind.
Could GCAD move further up? Well, now you got to look at it this way. Now when you're looking at the 30-minute, right, you look left, you're like, okay, well, maybe this was the move that we were trying to get, and now it's approaching this zone here. So now when price starts to reach this area, we don't know whether price is going to start reversing from here or it's going to start to have a retracement from up here, right? That's uncertain. But the thing that was certain was this move up. But where will it stop? That's uncertain. That's why, you know, I secured profits where I did, because now I don't want to, like, you know, let it play and see what happens. But like if you have a runner, then that's awesome. Now you have two choices: whether you leave it or you let it hit your stop loss and break even. But like my goal has always been to catch like a portion of the range. See, this is the range, right? And whoever thinks that the market makers can see stop losses, I kept tightening my stop, and they never saw it. So I aim to get like a portion of this range.
Do I have to scan all pairs to see weak versus stronger currencies? No, you have to scan the pairs that are part of your trading plan. And keep in mind that some days there aren't any trades, and that's okay, because the idea behind trading is to find the most optimal opportunity. It's not to trade every day for the sake of entering and exiting the market. The idea is to look for the best opportunities and execute on the best opportunities. And you will get used to that as you trade more and you be a little bit more patient as you experience the market more. But Ted, how do you see if our week in this week, if the news was bad for a currency? Well, it's not that the currency, like, there's fundamentally nothing's changed. When you watch the news, has there been any major announcements with the US dollar, with the British pound, like those are the two currencies people usually trade off of, right? People trade like US dollar XXX or the pound XXX, XXX being the other currency pair that you choose. So have you heard of any major news events so far this week to say that there's been changes in any of those currencies? Chances are, if there was a change in those currencies, it would be all over Google. It will be all over the currency news websites. If we don't see that, then you know that nothing's changed from last week. That's how I evaluate things. If I don't see everything everywhere splattered all over the internet, then I assume that nothing has changed. It's just simple logic and simple deduction. When you trade long enough, after you've traded for 2 or 3 or 4 years, you will start to recognize all this. Don't try and learn everything all at once. Try and get good at just one thing every single day.
Yep. And talking about years, not months.
Someone messaged me, hello, Uncle Ted and you are same.
Uncle Ted and you're the same.
Negative.
I'm Sinan. I run around in the gym after you go work out.
Yeah, that is actually Sinan. Oh wow, GP CAD hit. Still going up. Well, so far it looks like we reached target on GP CAD. Train has approached the station. How's gold looking? Gold is looking a little bit bearish, but a lot more bullish.
Ted, have you seen every day? Soon GJ opens at 3 a.m. Always moves 10 to 15 pips to the upside, and the hour candle goes bearish. I don't know enough about the U.S. session or the London session, but if that's the case, then that might be a good opportunity for you to execute on that idea.
Okay, what's this? GU, possible fake out. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense if this level gets respected. This is the 30-minute chart. Need a bullish candle, and if CPI comes bad, it should continue moving up to this area. If CPI comes good, then moves down.
Back in, bandanas.
I think a lot of people don't know about the New York session opening right now in the next 2 minutes, and they're calling all these fake outs. Oh boy. I think a lot of people have to spend their time off these streams and just looking at charts at particular times. So if you learn about the market every day at 8 a.m. Eastern, in the next minute, the USA currency market opens. So that's why we are pushing around. Are we looking to buy or sell gold? We're looking to do both. It depends on what your risk to reward is.
Also at 8 p.m., you know, whoever trades station, they should look up for the China Open and go back.
And Mohammed Hassan Sharif, we discussed this 20 minutes ago on what your idea would be. And I already explained to you why the market is not moving like it did yesterday. But there seems to be a language barrier, a sound barrier, or a vision barrier to my conversation with you. So we have to correct that. I need to cover my loss, take some toilet paper, and wipe it, and then start again.
I need to cover my loss. That's wrong.
I need to cover my loss. For why, your wife? Oh, look who's here.
Yeah.
I need to cover my loss.
Yeah. That sounds so bad.
Go work, go get a job, go Uber. I'm gonna see a whole bunch of FX traders taking Uber. Uncle Ted said use Uber to make extra money. So now I'm driving Uber and watching charts.
Peter Ororo.
Hello, Ted.
Hello.
Yeah, I just sent in the chat. This is the chat Rakila has up right now. This is the gold chart. I have a question concerning that. And it's not might not be really relevant, but it's kind of I'm confused in the sense that I'm trying to the green box is the London, I think. The blue one, the like light blue is the New York. No, the light blue is the London. The green is the New York section. And yesterday, which was Monday, the beginning of the week, we had like a break of a range. In my opinion, that's how I saw it. So, which was before London. I try to wake up before London to see what the market is doing. My question is, how do you understand the break of that range? You always talk about create your box and look for a breakdown of a range. And that the candle like, which was this a 30-minute chart, and there were 3 candles or 4 candles before the London opened. There was a breakdown the range. I was hoping for a retest, and as Rakil would say, he said it was a fake out, but you don't know what a fake out is until it happens. So I'm trying to understand, how would I have cut that move differently? That's that Monday break to the upside move after London.
Okay, so there's a couple of ideas that you're bringing together that are confusing you in terms of your execution. It's very hard for you to trade Monday London session because that's the second session of the week. So there's not enough confirmation on the second session of the week to give us full direction. Now, if you wanted to understand how you would have caught that move, what you would have had to do is you would have had to look at the way the weekly candle is forming on the Monday. So what we talked about yesterday was there's a pull to the downside earlier in the Monday session, so London and Asia, because the weekly wick was being formed. So if you look at gold now on the weekly, there was a pullback to drive further up, because what happened last week? On Friday, we had a pullback all the way back down. On Friday, that daily candle was bearish because that was the exhaustion of the end of the week. Now, what happened was on Monday, we needed to go get liquidity. So when people ask, okay, well, what's liquidity? Liquidity is institutions getting better positions to drive the market back up again, because we did not have a change in direction. So that's the reason why I say when you trade Monday or Sunday night, depending on where your time zone is, you have to be very cautious, because what happens is the market is whipping around before it actually establishes direction. So that's where, you looked and you said, well, how could I have caught the move up? If you had looked at the higher time frames, you would have seen that if this particular level, so if we looked at a chart on gold or whatever we looked at, whatever currency pair you looked at, and if you turned around and said, okay, maybe Rakil can pull it up. Rakil, can you pull up like the weekly on gold? Thanks. So this area here, this area here on the weekly, that's your Monday candle. It pulled back, right? This area here, that pullback from last week, that's your Friday candle, which is bearish. So this is what you had. You had this pullback. So this was your Friday candle, which was bearish. And then you had the Monday candle, which was driving down, right? So what that was doing, that was creating liquidity to then continue to go back up. So what you have to see is you have to wait for that wick to stop. So the bottom of this wick, you have to wait for that to slow down. And then what you would do is the opportunity would then present itself, would be to then take a trade to fill this weekly wick. Sorry, let me get this better here. You would want to fill that weekly wick, and the idea on how to fill that would be you were watching the Monday candle then flip bullish. So when this weekly candle started to flip and go bullish, you then saw candles moving up at that point. So this move here, you're not looking to catch because you can see what is our overall trend is up. This candle has not told me that we are now going down, right? So we don't have a candle to support bearish movement. So what we have to do as traders is we have to wait for this candle to form bullish movements, and then we take the buy up at that point. And your first target for the buy for gold would be at this level here, which would be filling the previous wick on last week's candle, right? Because the idea is we don't know how high gold is going to go because we've never been this high for a very long time. So if you're trading gold or any pair that you don't know where we're going, you have to try and use the information that is presented to you. So this wick would probably get filled. Now that we see that the weekly wick is pulling back a bit, we know that there is now a new target if we continue bullish, which will be this level here. So now I have to map out on the smaller time frames that range. So what I'm doing is I'm mapping out this range to say, okay, how can I trade that effectively to continue the bullish movement? If we get this, where we have this rejection here, and we have something like this candle does this, and it's red, then we can turn around and say, okay, where do I believe that this candle is going to? More than likely back to this area over here. And then where would it probably go back to? More than likely this area over here. Why? Because there's consolidation there to break up, right? And consolidation here to break up again. So when we're looking at different levels, these become support levels now that we have to break to go back the other way. So that's how you build a structure in the market, and you start to understand where do I believe the market is moving and how can I attack that particular area. It's also the reason why I say tread very lightly on Mondays, because it's very hard to figure out direction until we're, Tuesday, Wednesday into the week. Okay? So hopefully that helps.
No, thank you very much, Ted. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem.
Wow, I can't believe that it went to where we thought it would. Just straight, no retracement, no bearish candle, straight complete move up. Gold. CPI, I think I might put a buy stop at 1529. Moving up to 1533. Let's see what happens. Oh, 572 people today. Waiting for Euro USD fake out and sell. Are you gonna have any trade later? I'm not sure. Maybe pendings on news, but my trade was GP CAD buys. See here, Euro USD. Oh wow, Euro USD is ranging. Look at the 4 hour on Euro USD. Look at this. Look at this.
Range.
Yeah. So see your box indicator right here. You go to GJ. Let's go to GJ. Let's take a look at GJ. Where's GJ? Oh, I removed GJ because it's ranging. Let's bring it back. See on the 4 hour GJ ranging. Same idea.
Ted, you are much like Bobby Axelrod in Billions. Yeah, I tend to model my life after.
Bobby Axelrod just isn't tall enough. He isn't tall enough at all. A very famous gold trader is in a heavy drawdown. With 6,000 people follow his trades. Yeah.
Probably many traders in drawdown that trade gold.
Yes.
Because of the simple fact that they don't know how gold moves and they've never studied it long enough to realize the volatility that it has. But it's all good.
It's all good.
So I say.
All you gotta do is come on the stream and have a good time and learn something new.
we need losers in the market to make us winners.
Hey, come on, man.
My bad, man.
Ooh.
Man, GCAT is still moving the kill.
Yeah.
I don't think Sean Lee is selling gold. He closed his positions off. He posted that. He posted he closed his positions. So, Ted, exclamation mark. Like for gold, the expectation here is every time frame needs to go in the same direction. Breathers are usual, but I have to have a sweet spot to execute, right? Yes, you have to execute according to your plan. And you have to look at how your plan is built so that you know how you should be executing. So when you look at your plan to trade gold, you have to ask yourself, is gold part of my plan? Am I a good enough trader to understand the movements of gold? Do I know the tendencies of gold? Have I historically back-tested gold to understand what it does at certain times? If the answer is yes, you move to step 2. Step 2 would be, how am I going to effectively take a trade with gold? What am I looking for with gold? Am I looking for a pullback? Am I looking for a continuation of trend? Am I looking for both? If the answer is okay, move to step 3. Step 3 is mapping out a stop loss and a take profit area and seeing if the risk to reward makes sense for that particular trade. If it does make sense, then you execute. If it doesn't make sense, then there's no trade. So you always have to remember that just because you see an opportunity doesn't mean that it makes sense 100%. You may have to take a step back and say that doesn't look like a trade opportunity. Even though it checks 3 out of my 5 boxes, the 2 other boxes it doesn't check allows me not to stop. It's sort of like when you're going on a plane and they do a safety check. Just because the plane is still upright or it's like on its wheels doesn't mean the plane is safe to fly. Like there's other things you have to look at before the plane takes off. Same thing with your car. Just because your car is sitting in your driveway or in your condo or wherever it's sitting doesn't mean you can just get in and drive it. You need to have a valid license. You need to have gas in your car, or your car has to be charged. If you have an electric vehicle, you have to have air in your tires. Like there's multiple confluences that you need before you just get in the car and go. You just assume that the car is ready to go because it's in your driveway. But you've done preparation before that to get into the car to actually make it move. So it's the same thing with trading. People don't use the same preparation when they're trading because the chart is in front of them. All they have to do is click buy or sell. So you just have to keep that in mind. Do you think the U.S. will go into recession soon? Sure, why not? Raja, when will you be charging and how much? I think Raja's going to be charging $1 million a day because they'll have to take out loans.
Jesus, so freaking human.
Gold made a magical wick. Wow, people who bought gold are out. That is a possibility. Are we going to have another guest speaker on here anytime soon? If yes, who? Bobby Axelrod. Hey, I'm late. What's the outlook on gold for news? It's either going to go up or down. I'd like $1 million loan, credit score of 380. Think I have a chance? Yes, with the right financer.
380?
With the right financer, you can get any type of loan. What buy and sell stops do you have for kill? I missed it. Well, if you missed it, then you can't put them in, can you? I love people who show up like 10 minutes before the news and they just want to just trade the news. This is like people running into class when there's a test like 5 minutes before. Hey, does anybody know what's on the test today? I haven't studied all week. And then they're like, oh, I got a bad mark on the test. I saw the GBP CAD move from last, but didn't have the proper stop loss. Watched this morning. I understood how I could have had that trade set up better. Got profit still. Very good. Excellent. Glad people are there. I'm new to the channel, just subscribed. Welcome. All right, so if we're gonna trade gold for the news, Raj has already marked out where we're looking for the market to move. So ideally, you probably want to put entries over here. Oh, that's not a good color. Probably want entries over here and your exit over here. That's probably what you'd want. I'm not looking at a sell stop for CPI news because I believe that gold will continue to rocket up. So if this candle goes down to here, I'll be looking to take buys over here. So look at the numbers. That's what I'll be looking to do. I'll be looking to take buys over here, and then I'd be looking to close my trade over here. So that's ideally what we'd be looking at. It just makes the most sense. I'm not looking to take sells with CPI news. I will catch the pullback. What I do in gold, you can swim in gold, you can melt gold, you can wear gold, you can sell gold, you can buy gold. There's lots of things you can do with gold. You can have gold-plated t-shirts. You can actually have gold-plated teeth too.
Oh, Shemar Smith. I saw GP CAD movement from last night, but I didn't have the proper stop loss. Watched this morning and understood how I could have set the trade up better. That's perfect. That mentality right there, that you understood how could you have set the trade better. Most people don't look at things that way. That's excellent, what you just said there.
Star, give him a star.
Yeah, you deserve a golden star. Here's a golden star for you. Waiting for your USD sell. I think your USD sell is gonna come below 1.11650, I'd say, because right now it's in a range. All candles are bullish. 4 hours bullish, daily is bullish, 1 hour is bullish, 30 minute is bullish, 15 minutes is bullish. So there's no sells right now on your USD. See now, price is rejecting that target level, and you look left and you see, oh yeah, I wonder why it's rejecting, because you know it's like a zone here. GJ still ranging, nothing new over there. EJ is going up just like we predicted.
Gold is going down. That's okay. If gold goes down, that's very good. Hopefully you're in trades for gold to go down.
Gold is going down to slingshot back up.
Slingshot.
Bling, bling, bling.
Oh, Bitcoin is at 12,000. Nice.
Yeah, remember we talked about it yesterday? About the
Oh yeah, the weekly resistance on Bitcoin.
yeah, they Chimofuku want to squeeze.
Yeah. Do you think since gold 1 hour doesn't have a top wick, it's just making that lower wick to shoot up for the news? It's a possibility. The thing with news is anything can happen with the news. Anything. Like the news can come, gold can move one way, and the next second Trump can tweet, and then gold moves the other way.
Yes, so best signals you get is from Trump's Twitter. So whoever wants good signals, go ahead and sign up for Twitter.
Yeah, because
at the real Donald Trump.
When I woke up this morning, I knew there's going to be CPI, so like UJ and gold aren't going to do much. And then I said, okay, well, if I can get in and out of a trade before CPI, that'll be beautiful.
Raja's smart.
That's like at nighttime you're watching that naughty movie before your mom and dad gets home. They're like, hey, why was this channel on? Is news already calculated in technicals? Not really. I mean, one thing you can say is that gold is moving down because this might be a liquidity grab to move up. Who knows? We don't know. It can even spike down till 15.15.
Morning, guys.
Hey, good morning.
Hey, Dennis.
I see that I missed quite a bit of action.
Yeah, you missed a crazy move on GP CAD.
Yeah, it was like insane. Like a super spike. Like a super spike up.
And let me guess, Rakil, you caught that move.
Yes, we caught it on an audience of 720,000 people.
Oh, hold on. Let me.
500 people.
600, Rakil. Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. Holy man. Rakil, you're famous.
No, not really. My goal is to get these streams up to at least 2,000 by the end of this year.
Rakil, you're gonna get up to like 10,000. The day someone comes up to you on the street and asks for a picture, you made it.
No, you know what I'm afraid of is that once everyone starts to come on the streams and start taking like good trades, the market is going to change.
Yeah, man.
Because everyone's small accounts are going to, add up to $1 gajillion.
That's why we
What you're trying to say here is that bank and institution going to come live with us?
Yeah,
so we gotta switch from
we gotta shut this down. We gotta shut Wix don't lie down now.
That guy again.
People aren't taking bad trades. People aren't losing. What the fuck is going on?
Oh, what is people saying? Oh man, people already trashing me on your chat? Come on, guys.
Hey, you're famous.
Come on.
But if news are positive for the dollar, then gold will drop. Yes, that's true. EJ is going to go up to, I think, 118.200. That's the high it made in Asian session yesterday. So I think that's going to be a probable target. But for it to go up there, now you need to understand that it needs to respect the support. 117.950, it needs to respect the support for it to continue moving up. But logically now, when you look at this, that news is about to happen, and then you got these wicks here. You know, so this is very, very dirty price action right here. Right? So you had this clean candle move up. Why? Because you look left, you had this clean candle move down. So this is like a mirroring effect, kind of like what happened on GP CAD. But now as it starts to move up, you look left, you see all this garbage here. This is what we call like high traffic area.
What is this? Who is that?
Who's that? Macaroni.
Morning.
Good morning.
Oh, for a second there, I thought your name was Vikram. Oh, it's Victor. Oh, man.
Bitcoin?
Yeah, Vikram. That name's forever ruined for me because it's from, you know, Friends, the TV show. Vikram. Oh, man. Oh. Okay, Gold. Let's set a pending here. Okay.
I think pendings above like 1526 would be good. Pendings at 1526.
Hold on, I'm gonna go nuts on my account here. 0.25. Woo, woo, woo.
0.25.
Oh man. Gonna break the bank today. Okay.
Gotta sell stops, buy stops. Gonna look at.
I'm waiting to catch the wick down to buy it back up. That's
Yeah.
that's what I'm waiting to grab. Because it's at a really good price right now, 15.23. Because the range is 15, like all the way up to 15.30, whatever. So I mean, you have a good like 70 pip move that I can catch a piece of. So I'm happy about that.
So you're basically gonna buy at the wick, right?
I'm gonna see how it forms. If it does start pulling back after 8:45, then I'll start to buy it.
After 8:45, so it's not gonna be like right away.
Well, because there's always that movement for the first few minutes, depending on how it looks, and then you'll get that pull. Because the last 3 or 4 times we've had a drop with USD news, it's just spiked hard, and then it's just started to rocket right back up, and it's completed the move back up. So.
What's the formation you're looking for specifically that you're alluding to? Is it one where the wick is longer than the body of a?
Well, no, it's just the whipsaw, right? So more than likely, what'll happen is if we go down, the target will be this area here, and as soon as we go in there, that is a liquidity area because we can see there's a massive rejection point. So this here, as soon as we bounce into that, if it pulls out, I'll take positions out over here, because I'm expecting us to continue that way then at that point. If we leave this area hard, and that's depending on how fast the candle moves.
So you aren't even looking for a specific candlestick formation.
No,
You're just looking
I'm looking where we're going. Yeah, where the liquid.
Okay.
Yeah, where the liquidity is.
Okay, sir.
Yep. Trigger button. You got it on the mouse. Click, 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 click. Actually, no, you only do one click. Oh. I have a pending buy stop, and I'm ready to buy on that back.
Boop.
Ted, did you already grab your trade for today?
Yeah, I was up at London session.
Oh, busy man.
Yeah, I did enough trades at the London session.
Must have been a sweet trade for you to stay up.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, if you're gonna be up in the middle of the night, you better make it worthwhile.
Oh,
Oh, down. Someone got their buy order in right now, and it's moving up.
Will this work out? Will this work out? Let's cancel my pending here.
Buying orders are running.
AU whipped
Oh.
down real quick and
Oh.
took profit for me, so I'm good.
Ooh,
Six.
good one.
Yeah, I wasn't even trying to move, man.
Yeah, it was useless.
Pointless.
Yeah.
Not for AU. It went down and tapped my take profit, so.
Who's that in the background, Kevon?
Yeah, sounds like it.
No, it's Bernard's background.
Oh.
Nah, that ain't me, man.
Kevon's going nuts. Oh, whoa,
Kevon just
whoa.
popped out of nowhere.
Oh.
Yo, Kevon, how they mix us up, man?
I know I can't take the credit for that one.
And on top of that, you don't even touch Ozzy slow self, you know?
Looks like the dollar bulls are back.
I just closed gold here.
Yeah.
Just here.
That was your move back up. I don't know what gold didn't really do
Yeah.
much. But now I'll wait for the next candle. If the next candle goes bullish, then we're flying all the way back up to 1530. It'll be an easy trade.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that.
This is actually Head's idea. It's going to spike down and then we're going to go up. Perfect.
Yeah, he said it.
Spike down, bought gold.
He said it though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, just like yesterday.
Yeah.
Come on, gold. Just flip bullish for me so I can close
Come
out.
on, Dennis. You gotta stop begging gold, man.
No. Hold on.
And
Oh!
flip.
Oh! Okay, I close.
Wow, you're such a scalper.
Euro USD. Still ranging.
Same trade from Ted. I just waiting for it to come up a little more. Oh no!
CPI was good.
Yeah, it sucked.
Yeah, the thing is, the news was good, but it isn't as good to just dump gold.
Oh no, I'm not saying no.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm just answering a question here, because like the thing is, like the macroeconomics sentiment, is still here. You know, it doesn't mean that gold's going to start heading down now because the news was good.
That is true.
CPI numbers are up though. That's good for gold. Why?
CPI good for the dollar.
Let's
Inflation
see.
numbers up. It's good for the dollar.
A lot of movement on YouTube.
Well, maybe it'll just dump in the next 10 minutes. We don't know. But now I know that I can place buy stops above 1525 and have a nice ride all the way up to the top. So that's what I'll be doing.
Big pullback day. Could this be the pullback day? Yeah. Okay. All right.
Either way, I didn't do anything with that. It wasn't enough of a spike down to really get a good entry. But people that took it caught a nice move up. So that's good.
Oh. Okay. I thought you actually took the trade. Okay.
No, I wanted it to pull down further into that zone. It didn't really pull down, so.
Okay.
No, it actually just didn't pass that zone.
I think you'll get that bull down.
Holy! LeBron held a gold buy from 1420 till 1522. God damn.
Okay. 606 people on your. Oh, gold. Okay. Round two.
I think that's the fundamentals coming in. I still think those are bullish.
No, I missed it. I missed that section. Oh, round two. Can I do round two? Come down. Come down. Come on. Round
Somebody
two.
said make 25K at loss. Oh wow. Ooh.
Nice.
Oh, it was a little laggy then.
Ooh.
Wow. Whoever was in buys trying to get that
Just got 20 pips on buys on that pullback.
You did?
Yeah.
Not buys, but you closed,
yeah,
right?
I had buy limits in. Buy limits in at 15, 18. Nah, let's.
Oh yeah, round 2.
That's the pullback right now.
Yes. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Even though they're penny lots, I'm done.
Yeah, 20 pips. 20, 15, 20, it took me out.
Wait, didn't you bag your pips, Kavan?
Yeah. 15, 20, 17 had pendings at 15, 18, 31.
Oh, so that's... So okay, alright, okay.
Yeah,
that was the area that Ted drew those boxes.
Yep.
So I saw he put those boxes usually when I...
Yep. Now it's time to get in on the buy opportunities. Now it's time for the buy opportunities.
Me and Ted have 2 different trading styles, but when his correlates with mine, I was like, okay.
Yep.
Same here.
Yeah.
Now it's time for the buys.
Holy fuck. GP Cat is still moving.
Holy, yeah. I got bicep flowing 15 seconds.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
I'm done for the day.
There go the buys. See you later.
17. What did you get your buys?
I got 15, 19.
Oh, I got 15, 17.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had 15, 18.
Oh, I already closed out. Yeah, I had it at 15, 16.
Because once again,
after 1534, that would be ideal.
This is your zone, so as soon as we get out of that zone, you might get another dip back in before we pull out, but that's basically the zone that we're exiting right now.
Oh man, Gold, are you gonna leave the tip? Are you just gonna leave the tip there?
Yeah, I just tip, Daddy.
Bruh. So that should be the catalyst to go. Once we get a confirmation of another candle switching direction. So once this candle here, the next one goes bullish, that's where you can get a very good entry.
Wait, repeat that again?
So right now this candle is still dipping into this liquidity here.
Right. I guess it's
so it can still go further down. So ideally you want one candle that starts the rejection away from that. And that means that we've grabbed everything we needed here to go that way. So if you're in right now, you're in early on the anticipation that we're moving up. If you want, you can wait and then take positions in this area here and be a little bit safer.
Right. But let's say I took positions right at 15, 16.
Yeah, you're fine. I mean, if you manage it, you just have to hope that we don't break this support area here.
Just to hold, right?
Yeah. I mean, for me, I'm willing to risk like 10 pips on this.
Yeah, that's what I have. I have
Yeah. That's just a house tag. Okay, sure, why not?
I got 17 pips. So they're small size.
And if you look very closely, once again, here is your supply zone. Here is your demand zone. So as soon as we leave this area here and we start heading up, where are we going to? This area here. So there are your targets. So that is mapped out exactly. All you have to do is figure out where in here you want to take trades at that point. So you determine that no one else can determine that except for you and your plan.
Yeah, you're right.
Gold.
You exit anywhere you feel comfortable. Some people will exit over here. Some people will try and exit over here. It's all dependent on what your comfort level is.
Ted, you mentioned looking for a bullish candle first as a possible way of getting a good entry. On what time frame would you be looking for that? The half an hour?
Yeah, 30 minute. I mean, it depends on what you like. It depends on how comfortable you are with this area with us leaving that area. If you think it's just going to be one candle that's going to leave, or we're going to actually go back and retest it again and then continue to leave. So it's all dependent on your comfort level. Like right now, it's leaving pretty hard. So like I could technically close this trade right now and be a happy camper. But now what I've done is I've just moved my stop loss into profit, so I don't have to worry about it.
Sí, la verdad que sí, la verdad que sí. No sé qué pasa lastimosamente, ¿no? Entonces, cuando pasó eso fue directamente, ¿no? Igual donde vendían los países con problemas. Pero bueno, lección aprendida, ¿no? Pero no me gustaría que qué es lo que realmente pasó, digamos, ¿no? Si es que alguien rompió o algo, porque me parece raro, porque no trataron de forcejear ni sacaron nada en auto.
Mr. Juan Carlos.
Como le digo, tomándolo como
Juan Carlos.
Shit.
Juan Carlos.
Oh. So sorry, bro. Sorry. I'm sorry. I forgot.
Juan's landing his plane.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry.
Were you out in Colombia?
I'm from Bolivia, bro.
Oh, Bolivia.
He's talking about his drop, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
talking about that plane drop.
No, the thing is that yesterday I got my windshield broken.
Oh yeah, somebody was trying to.
I think someone threw a fucking rock. I got out of work and I saw it and it was already broken. And I'm trying to.
Wow, I'm
trying to know who the fuck did it. You know?
Why do you want to know who did it?
I don't know because I just want to know because I don't know. I
probably your ex.
I don't have any hater that I don't know.
Your ex.
It's weird because they didn't try to rob something inside my car. You know?
If you got haters, that means you're popping.
Yeah, I know, but they didn't steal anything from my car. You know? So that's weird.
That's because you're popping.
Are you sure it's not one of your baby moms?
Yeah, one of your lost baby mamas.
Yeah. Juan, you gotta go easy on the bitches
you gotta
there.
Chill, Juan.
Yeah, man.
It's probably Alexia.
Yo, what's up with you, Dennis?
Or probably Tatiana.
Yeah, Tatiana.
Bust down, Tatiana.
So people keep asking when it's a good time to buy gold.
That happened already.
Wow.
That happened already.
It came down to 15.15 too.
It happened already.
You have to determine your risk. You have to determine your risk, and it's so important to determine that. And once you determine your risk, then it makes the most sense to say, hey, when should I turn around and take the position? You can't ask other people when it's time to trade gold. I explained this whole idea out, and I executed on that idea. Everyone else sat around like it was a campfire, and they were roasting marshmallows. While you're roasting marshmallows, I'm taking money. Because you have to either A, understand the execution, or B, learn the execution so that you can anticipate it the next time. Right? You can't turn around and say, okay, well, what should I do now? Because this opportunity is your trade. Your trade opportunity is from zone to zone. So you can take positions at any given point, right? Some people took positions right over here. Why? Because we tapped into this zone over here. And we said we were going to tap into that zone, and we did. Other people are waiting for a candle to flip so that they get a bullish candle to continue up. Other people are going to take a position over here. Other people are going to take a position here. Some people are going to close here. Some people are going to close here. Some people close here. Like
I closed already.
It's all dependent on what you're comfortable with and your comfort level. If you don't know what you're doing, then there's no trade for you. Like asking someone how you're going to take this trade isn't going to help you.
Yeah, I closed already. I mean, you could take positions now or wait for like a little pullback and try to get it.
You can wait for the next hour to
or
start.
wait for the
Right?
next hour, right? So we'll just get it around here, rather than wait for a bullish candle to form, or just wait for the next hour, just like Ted said, and should go maybe go back to the range. Do you think it could go back to that range? No.
We'll have to see.
Man, this would have been a nice move here if I got this.
Yeah, I took entries right here.
But Raquel, you caught the first pullback, right?
You can buy it right here. So, I was like at 37.50.
When we came on stream, I remember we said even if gold heads down 15.15 is going to be the lowest it's going to go. And boom.
And whenever Nicole gets out of the trade, that's when you go.
Holy shit, GP CAD is still going. Who would have thought? See, that's where your runner comes into play now. If you had buys, your stops were at break even. God damn.
Yeah, that's a good ratio. 11,000 subscribers, but we had 600 people watching. It's a good number.
Yeah, it's like kind of like on stories on Instagram. Let's say you have like 1,600 followers, you should expect at least 300 viewers per video.
Well, hopefully everyone had a safe day today, trading gold buys and GP CAD buys. Thank you for this kick to the face, how simple this crap is. Yes, this is very simple.
GCAD, you're still going.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, God's still moving.
GP CAD was the trade of the day.
GP CAD.
What?
Wow.
What?
Oh, not that CAD.
Oh, look at my explanation here. Bias is bullish due to weakness in CAD.
No, we got gold.
If you traded on intuition, you would have said GP CAD is going to go down. But if you traded with logic and educated guesses, you bought GP CAD. And GJ is still arranging.
Yep, and gold is still going up. That's why I needed a runner.
Do you guys have a track record available? No, we don't. But you can show up to these streams if you want.
I mean, going forward, your webinars are recorded now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Lower?
like, these streams, every trade that's taken on these streams, I'd say there's a 90% accuracy. 90% winning trades.
What I don't understand is everybody turns around and always asks for things like that. I told you exactly how to trade gold. I mean, I've been doing this long enough that it's pretty straightforward, and everyone's like, I should have left the runner. No, what you should have remembered is that you took a trade that was very easy, that ended up in a very positive opportunity, and that you're done for the day. If you wanted a runner, no, someone else mentioned that too. If you wanted a runner, you should have entered another trade as well and let it run, right? So those are your opportunities, because we know right now, very obviously, where gold is going. This is a rejection, right? Because why? Simply put, this is our momentum up, and where is our target now? Our target is going to be the original rejection. Are we going to get there in one candle? Probably not. So you know what? You might have a little bit of a bounce here, a little bit of bounce here, and then a rocket up, right? But eventually you'll get there. Why? Because we're leaving this pool of orders
And this pool of orders has to go somewhere. So it has to go back to the original pool of orders. That's all.
That's the part I don't understand when you say pool of orders. What are you
After
referencing?
correction.
Because of the wick to the left, way to the left, you're saying?
So if we look, if you think about everything logically, right? Orders were exited here, right? So, and then orders were exited over here. So now when orders are returned, where do they get returned to? So orders came up here, came back down here, and now where orders have to go? Orders have to go back. Because what's happening is there are institutions or whoever taking entries here. And they're all saying, okay, we're taking buys. Where do our buys have to go? Our buys aren't just going to go to here. They're going to go to the most logical area. And the most logical area is the upper region, right? An institution doesn't want just 5 pips. Institution wants a big move. You have to ensure that when you take these positions that you're well aware of your risk, right? Because you know eventually it's going to go back there, but we don't know when. That's sort of the issue. 90% accuracy. I have only one question. Why do you stream? Why not? It's fun. Look, we've got, what, 600 people watching, and everyone's having a good time. I think
got a good sense of family.
Yeah, it's fun. You realize after a while, and this is I mean, I don't like to insult people, but that's a broke person's mentality. I used to be like that too, right? Because it's sort of like when you find the holy, like when you find a secret, right? And it's like you have the best secret, and you turn around, you're like, I'm going to keep it for myself, and I'm just going to be best by myself. What you're going to realize is as you get older, you're not going to have anybody to share the other opportunities with, right? So what happens is you're going to turn around and be like, I'm going to keep all this information to myself. But now if you shared the information, because sharing this information doesn't cost me anything. Like I still make money today. I made a bucket of money today trading exactly the way I just showed everybody. Your ability to trade does not impact my ability to make money. But what it does impact is it does impact the community that we're in, and it does impact people's attitudes towards others, right? Because if you see someone who has some sort of influence helping you, when you have that influence, you will then decide to help someone else. And that will create a greater cause in life. And you're going to be able to go to a restaurant and eat with people that you like, people that you have helped, who have helped you, and you won't be a loner. You won't be a narcissist. You won't have an ego. You will understand that you helped a whole bunch of people do better things with themselves. That is a better feeling than making 100,000 in a day. Because when you make 100,000 in a day, there's only so much you can buy. There's only so much you can do. I'm doing as much as I possibly can with all the money that I make. But here, if I can have other people make money, and then we can all hang out together, we can go to the bar together, we can go out to restaurants together and eat, that's more fun for me. Because what's the point of having everyone come and they just feel embarrassed when they can't pay the bill? Now people fight over the bill. That's fun. Yeah. I'll go with my friends, we all fight for the bill. Raquel and I go out, we fight over the bill. Oh, I'll pay. No, I'll pay. That's more fun than having people come out with you and be like, oh man, thanks for help. Thanks for hooking me up again. Because you feel embarrassed, right? If someone's always constantly paying for you and always giving you money and taking care of you, eventually you're gonna feel worthless, because it's like you're not contributing. Here you have an opportunity to learn, contribute, and then you now, when you go out with your friends and whoever else, or you come out with us, you contribute too, because now you feel good. It's like, hey, I learned something, and now I'm helping to contribute, and I'm getting better at this. And that's exactly what you need to do. And you turn around and you're able to help everybody that. You know, it just makes more sense. Trust me, you'll understand it when you have freedom and you have the money that you think you need. You'll realize that there's emptiness, and that by doing things like this and helping others, you'll feel a lot better. Trust me.
Pay it forward.
Yeah, you don't realize it, but you will. It's true. I see it all the time. I watch people. When people have money and they're not friendly or they have no friends, they're not happy.
Yeah, they're fucking miserable.
Yeah.
So you gotta have like a certain group of friends.
Yeah.
And, you can be friends with everyone. You can make everyone happy and stuff. It's impossible. It's technically impossible. Scientifically impossible. You cannot make everyone happy. And that comes with as being a business owner or whatever. You have clients. You don't want to treat them like friends. Because at the end of the day, you're not gonna make everyone happy. And if you're battling for that, you're not even happy on yourself. That's the harsh reality.
Yeah.
People have millions and millions and they're miserable.
Yeah. People will figure it out eventually. I know it sounds well, no, it just sounds awkward, but it's true. Going with the assumption that this is out of goodwill, is there any connection between you making so much money on your trades and charging? Well, I don't charge anything. That's Rakil's charging, and Rakil, some people want to learn more, or some people want extra help. So why not pay? You don't have to pay. You show up here every day for free. Rakil's been doing this for a year now. You can show up here and ask any questions you want, and never have to purchase anything or subscribe to anything or buy anything. Or if you want to buy something, you can. Some people, I think, purchase Rakil's course just to say thank you to Rakil because they've learned so much, and they're like, this guy did a lot of work for nothing, so I feel obligated to sort of give him like $400 or $500 or $1,000 because I've already made like $10,000 in the market or $5,000 in the market. Like, there's no obligation to do anything. It's the same thing. I run a brokerage. You don't have to trade there. I don't care if no one trades there. It doesn't bother me. But if you trade there, you make money, you're happy. That's okay. It's what you're comfortable with. It's your comfort level.
EU looks like it's gonna take off. No, we're gonna be right now. But it switched trends, right? EU?
EU?
Still ranging.
Yeah, EU.
Oh, yeah, it's still switching.
It's bullish, but it's still ranging on the daily. Not enough power.
4 hours. All right, so now we're seeing gold going back to that zone again. So this is where you mentioned, or whoever wants to enter. Depending on your risk to reward, it will be a good time.
Yeah, so now you got to wait and see now how the next hour candle forms. Like at this point, I would not be entering buys with gold because I would want to see how this candle works. This candle here, it could pull all the way back down further, deeper now, before you before you go back up. Because remember, once again, what we're looking at right now is this entire area here is liquidity. So your trade with gold could go all the way deep into this area here, even a little bit further before it drives all the way back up again. So that's where you have to watch. So that's what we're looking at. And this year I just explained that.
And GJ is still ranging. Nothing to do in GJ. Your USD is still ranging. So if you see how the pairs that we did looked at were pairs like GP CAD that were about to trend and gold that trends. Everything else was just dead. I will meet you when I'm successful. What is your name? Raja. Raja Banks. When is CPI? CPI was half an hour ago. Do people even look at forexfactory.com when they open a chart?
No.
Does that even cross your mind that I may, want to look at the news when the news is right before I take a trade? It's just insane. Yes, everyone who's coming in right now, who came in the last 15 minutes, you're late to the party. Probably gonna end the stream at Equities Open in like half an hour. I have my last appointment for my root canal today. I swear these root canals never end, man.
Wait, is this for the same tooth or another one?
Yeah, this is the second one. This is the last appointment.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, I have to get my wisdom teeth pulled out, so don't worry.
Yeah, my tooth is already hurting now because I know there's an appointment coming up soon.
Yeah, I got 2 extracted last year.
Oh.
Very painful.
Yeah, here you don't feel any pain. Here you feel pain, you tell the doctor, and doctor puts some more some more anesthesia in your mouth.
My dentist came to Canada. She married one Marwari guy and she came to live in Ontario.
Oh, Malwaris are ruthless, man. Malwaris, they want to make sure you're in pain.
What?
Yeah.
The good thing is that you can eat a lot of ice cream when you get your teeth out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Seeing gold is much more painful than root canals. I think not understanding the way gold moves is the cause of your pain.
Yes.
It's curse.
And taking lots of buys and sells on gold is also painful.
Yeah. Just take nice small pieces out of the market.
Yes. Because think about it. People who've been here since the morning, I've taken GP CAD buys and I've been just keeping them with me and just, relaxing. Ted came on, he took gold sells where he said he would, and he's now
I
cool.
took buys, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, buys, and he's cool right now. He's chilling.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're gonna continue to take buys, you may find later on in the next couple hours, you're gonna have this move up here. You're gonna get to this target first, and then it's gonna go up to there. And then you can all send me Instagram praise and send me DMs. I get like hundreds of DMs. Oh, thank you. It's like, cool.
Yeah.
I'm glad you made some money. I'm happy. I'm happy people made money. I just think it's important. If you're smart and you make some money, it's good.
Well, I owe you a Happy Meal, right, Ted?
Awesome. I appreciate that.
Yeah, hot Happy Meal on me. No fries, no drinks, just a burger, okay?
Okay, that's cool. I'll buy my own drink.
No.
Cheap bastard.
That's how much I made today, guys. Like shit.
Yeah, There's lots of people that lost money today.
Like that's a 2-cent one I had to use.
I love burger and fries. That's like the best meal.
Mm-hmm.
Oh really? Really? Burger and fries. Thought you were a chicken, like a fried chicken kind of guy.
There's going to be 2 days of a freaking trade on GU.
What happened to you? What?
Just not giving me anything. 2 days almost.
Oh,
Taking forever.
GU almost did nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Lovely. Lovely. God damn it. Freaking laptop.
So this is where, like, you know, you look at the charts and you realize that, okay, maybe, like, let's say you trade Euro USD, you're like, okay, well, it's ranging, probably no trade. GJ ranging, no trade. GP CAD. Now, if you just came in the charts looking at BP CAD, you see this big move, you tell yourself, hey man, I missed this move. And then you keep on scrolling. You go to gold. Gold, that's a big move too. See you late.
Just being here every morning will really touch your disappointment.
Yes.
You're not doing anything, but you see you guys just taking all these trades away. You want to jump in.
Yeah, jumping in is pretty dangerous.
Yeah. BGU gave me a trade on Friday last week.
A2DK. Ooh, A2DK.
I think at the end of the day, if you're a trader and you're taking this seriously, you can come here every day and marvel at what the charts are doing and not worry about missing a trade, taking a trade. Like, you would just be in awe of, okay, that made sense, or why did that happen? Like, I look at the gold trade 2 years ago, I could never have done that. I could never have been 100% confident in where the market was going to move to and where it was going to pull back from. And that is just a testament of working with people every day, like working with Raja and everybody in Forex family and market fluidity, and also too, just showing up and understanding how the market moves and what to anticipate. So if you're ever worried that you're missing something or you feel you're not getting it, the experience will come and you will learn. And you will learn what is right, what is wrong. You will learn how much you like to risk, how much you don't like to risk, things of that nature. And as you get more comfortable with that, you'll start to realize that, hey, I don't like the way gold is moving right now, so I'm not taking a trade. Or this is what I've been looking for, I'm going to take a trade. And you'll get used to it.
And as far as one of the harder things is just showing up every day. You gotta treat it like a job.
Yeah, and honestly, just sit back and, you know, if there's something that you don't understand in the charts, then there's probably not a trade. And your job at that point, if you can't figure out the trade to take or the opportunity, is let the market settle or wait a few hours and then go back to that opportunity where you didn't understand, and then look at how could I have executed on that opportunity. Raquel talks about it all the time, is if you miss a trade, it's okay. It's now for next time, what will I look to do to execute and how will I be better at it?
Seems like USD CAD is still bullish. Can I still buy gold? Question mark. Nati Nuzumalo. I think first you need to identify where your stop loss is going to be. So if you buy gold, your stop is going to be around 15.15. So around 45 pips. That's going to be your stop. 45 pips.
Yeah, I think I'm done for the day. So everyone have a good day.
See you later.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
And if you're looking at gold right now, because everybody's obsessed with gold for the last couple of months, once again, let's just draw this out and let's just map this out for everybody. So this is our liquidity area, right? And this is another liquidity area. Now, why are those liquidity areas? Once again, you have a single tap and a rejection and the market went down. Here you have a single tap and then the market left that area and went back up. So if we know that, and we know that we're coming into this liquidity area in this area here, we can now map out a trade, and we can say once we have a candle that looks like this, we can then start to look at taking a trade, and then the next candle will look like this. And what you can start to do is, as this wick now starts to leave the liquidity area, you can start mapping out a stop loss. And as this trade continues up, you can move your stop loss, because you know what's happened is liquidity is left this area to move up in that direction. And then where would your target be? Your target's going to be over here. Now, maybe you want to target just before that liquidity area, because we might just get a spike and it pulls back down to go further down again. So maybe you want to exit over here, or maybe you want to exit over here. But the idea, once again, is waiting for the opportunity when the market leaves this area. So at this point, if you're looking at the current state of the market, it's having a struggle leaving that area, right? We can see what's happening. We're struggling to leave that area. So with that being said, you may have to wait a couple of candles before we move in the bullish direction. But would I be looking to take sells here? Probably not. I'd be looking to take buys probably up over here if direction changes. Because if you're selling gold right now, you're selling into a zone. And what happens in zones? Zones reject price. You can see how this zone here that we mapped out at the bottom part, price rejected here. This is rejection. So do we want to play with rejection, or do we want to play with momentum? Right now, momentum is up. So where are your safe trades to take gold? Rakil's magical shade indicator. Above that level. Because why? More than likely we'll have enough liquidity to push, and then we'll start to go up that way. I would need at least 2 bullish candles closing above each other before I can trade it. There you go. Danny Kingston gets a gold star today because he figured out his trading plan.
Yes, gold stars. Already got one. Got another one right here.
Most of the Mondays you talked about, it's always a reverse action. Like some if we are on the weekly at the weekends, if we are on the sale bias, most of the Mondays we get a cross actions. Is that right? Or just have to look at the way of price action and get trades on the Monday morning, like not in Eastern session but in London session.
So you'll probably get the retest in the week.
15 days, that was a question.
Well, the idea is we have to wait because now we're coming towards the NYSE Open, which will react to the CPI news as well.
Right. Yeah. See how that's gonna play out.
Buy the dip, baby. Buy the dip.
So,
What up, Dennis?
what did I miss? I just got out of the shower.
Shower in the morning.
Yeah. Gotta start my day.
Wakey.
Ooh. Let's see here. What did I do here? What this is a total of. All right, 13% gain for today.
Oh, nice.
Alright, what's going on? Oh, we're still stuck here.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
Good, doing great. Went and had breakfast.
Hash browns?
Yes, hash browns and bread and eggs.
And bread and butter. And the one person that I know eats like a slice of bread or an ice cream.
Technically, that is a American valid breakfast choice.
Yeah, well balanced.
Ooh, gold. I think that was the second pullback there. I think it's gonna go.
Yeah, but okay, guys. So I'm gonna head off. Calling it an early day. Took what I had to take today.
Okay.
Alright. Have fun at the dentist.
Yes.
Yes, dentist.
Alright, take care, everybody.